My first ultra taught me a lot, mainly through suffering.
How are you feeling?
No good. Now it's 6 months later, and I went into running my second ultra, determined to be a little bit smarter this time. Same goal, but maybe slightly better decisions. Here is what I learned. First, after about 8 hours, solid food starts to feel less like fuel and more like a personal attack. So this time I kept it simple, mostly gels, and I saved Coke for later. Once your form starts falling apart, everything gets harder really, really fast.
My back is seized up. This is the only way I can film because I can't lift my arms.
I also learned that carrying extra water sounds really sensible until you're hauling it for hours, and in cooler weather, less water and more salt makes a lot more sense. But more than any of that, I knew attitude could make or break the day. So with all those fresh in my mind, we drove down to Manchester the night before to find out whether this ultra would be better executed or just better documented. On the morning of the race, we got there early for pickup, grabbed my bib and tracker, and even though the queue was really, really intimidating and huge, it moved very fast. At this point, everything still felt calm, organised, suspiciously under control. I didn't feel much in the dark, but the start felt good. Early on, the route double backed in itself, which I always love because I'm able to see all the amazing runners ahead of me absolutely killing it.
Great work!
Well done.
You're killing it! Awesome job! Doing really, really well! Doing super well! Feels like I'm running a bit harder than I should at this point. A bit out of breath for no reason. You know, apart from running. About to go over a bridge. It's busier than the Glasgow one. This feels like there's a lot more people. It's also the first like 7-8 miles. There's lots of muddy bits. So I thought I was gonna break my face. Hiya! Good job! People are great though. So a lot of this isn't on canals, but it's actually a lot more undulating than I was expecting. But it's actually nice little walk breaks. Doesn't look very big, but it is quite high. Also got my nutrition wrong, so I'm like 3 gels short, so a bit I didn't maths this hard.
Then I made a mistake I never seem to make normally. I got a bit carried away and I was running a little too fast. I told myself that under 12 hours would be a great goal, but when I slowed down, I got far too upset about it. But I didn't give myself anything else to aim for, and that was a huge mistake.
21 miles in. 2/5 done? No. Huh? 2/10? Huh? 21 miles in. Maths is clearly very hard. I had a really, really, really low dip there. Everything's hurting a lot more than I was expecting at this point. I'm trying to check my form, make sure everything's feels as good as it can after doing 21 miles.
I'm so happy to see you.
How are you doing? You're very smiley.
Yeah. When you're not injured and nothing is hugely wrong, but you're still out there for hours and hours, your mind just gets way too much space. And when you're a slower runner, that space can turn into a very good run or a very bad run.
26 miles. Some would call it a marathon. I would call that over halfway. I'm smiling now, but I gotta tell you, I'm in a lot more pain than I'm willing to admit, and that I feel that I can endure for another 6 hours. Yeah, I just there's just something about ultras that it gets through the emotions. Like none of this is flat, fast and flat. I swear I read that somewhere. 30 miles done and 20 to go. I don't know who I think I am to be doing this, but 20 more miles is actually insane. I don't think I'm quite recovered from the weekend. Here we go! But I keep trying to remind myself that I wanted to do this, I signed up to do this, I was excited at one point to do this, and 50 miles is not for the week. But see, this is the thing, I'm disappointed that I'm slowing down. I'm gonna try and just work on being mentally better.
The checkpoints helped massively to break down the run. The people there were brilliant at every single one.
I don't know how much sugar and caffeine's in Coke, but nothing works like Coke. I feel so much better. It's fine. 2 checkpoints and that's it. Don't think about the distance, or the legs, or the pain. Just Coke. I'll just get Coke in the next one, we'll be fine. Coke, Coke, Coke. Tell you what, this has put me off drinking Coke ever again in real life, because it's like, oh, look at that, beautiful.
Anyway, at one point I put on an audiobook that made me really sad, and then I just ended up crying, which is not the kind of emotional breakthrough I was hoping for. And when things got properly hard, the music came out.
8 hours in, I've officially put in a full day's work. The good news is that in comparison to last time, I've done lots of like form checks. So actually my back is hurting, but it's feeling a lot better. No thanks to any strength training that I've done on it, because I did not do anything. I'm gonna not focus on time, because that was really upsetting me. Time goal, it doesn't matter. Half a marathon to go.
Honestly, by 41 miles, the mental attitude and the Coke were the only thing that were making a real difference, which is humbling really. After all that training, my master plan was still just the Coca-Cola and try not to sulk.
The caffeine and the Coke has really been helping. Also been running through a beautiful park. I feel like I've got a little bit of momentum. Just gonna try and finish strong, but we'll see. Still a long time running. So much headwind as well.
It wasn't pretty. By this point, my goal was very simple. Keep moving, keep the mood up, get it done. Then my mom called me and told me I was on for 12 hours, 10-minute finish. And from that point on, I was laser focused. And so, with 6 miles to go, I sped up as much as my legs would let me. I came into this race thinking better planning will save me, and it did help a lot. But the biggest lesson was the same one I thought I already knew. In an ultra, your attitude can change your whole day. This time I ran 7 miles less than my last ultra, but finished 3 hours faster. More importantly, I could move my arms, I had more left in my body, and I didn't completely fall apart. Midway through that run, I thought I was basically never going to run again. But by the end of it, I came out thinking, you know what? Not too shabby. Not too shabby. And I signed up for another one. So what does that tell you? I've got another 6 months to the next one. So I'll see you then.